What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Perfect Mess Podcast. I'm your host, Ray Molina, and this is episode 79. Man, let's catch up on everything that's been going on with me recently. And if I sound out of breath, it's because I just got done doing an outdoor workout. Like I say, when I do these outdoor workouts and workouts in general, I usually get inspired, man. Get all those endorphins going. And it's usually when I start to think. I think best when I'm running, walking, doing push-ups, whatever it is I'm doing. It gets the motor running. You know what I mean? But let's talk about what's been going on lately with me. Before we jump off into that, make sure to follow me on Instagram. It's Ray Molina, and the Perfect Mess Podcast is at the Perfect Mess Pod on Instagram as well. My TikTok is at It's Ray Molina, and my website is raymolina.com. Be sure to check it out. Do a lot of blogs, a lot of YouTube stuff. Oh, go to YouTube as well. Subscribe to the Perfect Mess Podcast on YouTube. Trying to build that up. Trying to get better at putting videos up. So hopefully you guys go there. And if you prefer to listen to the podcast on YouTube and watch it there, please do. All right. Aside from that, I want to thank everybody who's been continuously supporting the podcast. It is growing, and I'm just thankful for that. You know, it isn't a huge platform, but it is one of my platforms that is steady on the rise. All right. So thank you all. So let's talk about what's been going on with me, man. I had a birthday. You guys already know. Turned 48. And I would be a damn fool if I tell you I didn't feel every bit of 48 in the last couple of weeks. My body has definitely been telling me, you better stay on it. You better stay on it, because age is coming. All right. And that's what the title of this podcast is. Fighting the losing battle. Okay. Fighting the losing battle. And listen, we are all in a losing battle. Okay. Whether you choose to fight it or not is up to you. Okay. And what I mean, you're probably listening going, what losing battle are we all in? That battle is with time. Okay. We are all losing the battle with time. We are all going to succumb to Father Time at some point. Some earlier than others. Some of us may live a very long time. Some of us may be gone tonight, tomorrow, next few days, next few years. That is the way it is. I've accepted that, and I understand when my Lord and Savior decides to call me home, it's time to go home. Okay? My job is done here. But this is the battle that we are all fighting, or choosing to fight or not, and losing. Now, I say that because there are a lot of us who live life and just kind of coast through. And I always say this, we just kind of coast through. Don't really take care of ourselves. Don't really push our boundaries. Don't do anything. We just kind of live in life. Okay, and that's cool. I don't knock people like that. I used to live like that. And I get it. It's very comfortable. But for me, I choose to fight. Even though I know this is a losing battle, we're all going to lose eventually. I choose to go down fighting, go down swinging. And by doing that, I've chosen to exercise every day. I have chosen to learn every day, teach myself something new every day. I've chosen to take my kids and get them in the gym, exercise, and teach them the love of taking care of themselves, how important it is to exercise and to be healthy. Especially for them, they're athletes. They love to play baseball. They love to be athletic and run around and be active. So it's important for me to show them by being the example that they need to see. So when I ask them to go do certain things, they don't question it. Okay? It's gotten to the point where I don't even have to ask them anymore. I get ready to take them to school. They're like, hey, Dad, we don't have any baseball practice tonight. Can we go to the gym after we do homework and everything? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. That's where we are now. That's how much it's embedded into their brain, that this is what we do. It's not a task. It's not something that we have to do. It's something that we get to do. All right. So I've chosen to take life by the reins. I've chosen to go down fighting, go down swinging, and not to shorten my time here. Now get it. Look, I already said earlier, none of us are promised time. I'm not promised tonight. I could do this podcast, put it up, and be gone tonight and never hear from me. I don't know. That's the way life works. But I am not going to be the cause of why my life gets shortened, okay? If I'm gonna continue to fight this battle, I'm gonna make sure that I'm at least taking care of my end. All right? And if I take care of my end, God willing, I have a lot more time here. I'll be able to see my kids grow. I'll be able to see my grandchildren, Lord willing, and I'll be able to live the rest of my life and enjoy it, hopefully. And that's what I mean by fighting the losing battle. It's inevitable, okay? We're all gonna lose. Father Time is undefeated. All right, so that's the main topic of this podcast, and I hope you guys are, if you're following me on Instagram, I am on TikTok. I have more followers on TikTok than I do on Instagram, but for some reason I feel like Instagram connects a lot more with my people. I don't know why I feel like that. It looks like the engagement's more, but I probably have 1,000 less followers on Instagram. So call it what you want. Anyways, man, what else has been going on with me? I got to check out a concert recently. I went with a friend of mine and got to see Morgan Wallen at the Shoreline out here in the Bay Area. And I got to tell you, man, I had a blast. It's really good to get back out to a concert after all this madness going on the last 2 years, and then requiring vaccination to go to a live concert, all this stuff. I'm glad all that stuff is over with. So I got to see Morgan, and he was playing with Hardy, and I believe Ernest was the other guy. And man, hell of a concert, man. I had an absolute blast. I didn't realize how many songs he had that I knew, and I knew he was a big artist. I knew he was huge, but man, nothing tells you that until you go to see him live. And I've been to the Shoreline numerous times, and I don't think I've ever seen it that packed. It was an amazing show. If you get a chance to go see him, I highly recommend it. Not into country music, he just might change your mind on that. When I was younger, obviously those of you who follow me know that I was a very different person. I didn't listen to country music too much. Had a few friends that did country music. Shout out to the Moonshine Bandits. They did the country rap, and they've gotten so much bigger than what they used to be. But my extent and my love for country grew over the years as I've gotten older, and really as I became a father, because I felt myself changing and becoming a different man. And I felt like you listen to music that really relates to the person you are at the current moment, right? And the only music that I could find that was relating to who I was and who I was becoming was country music, because it spoke to my heart, and it spoke to everything that I was going through and what I was becoming. So that's where my connection with country music came. So yeah, man, like I said, if you have an opportunity to go see Morgan Wallen, go check him out. He puts on a great show, man. Really good show. Speaking of music, man, believe it or not, I put out a song. I put out a song the other day, last Friday, October 7th. And I hadn't put out a song in over 2 years, man. And I just got the itch, I told you I don't do music full time anymore. I don't tour, I don't do shows, but I got the itch, man. I wanted to put something out, had something to talk about, and that's kind of what gets me with music now. I don't really want to record unless I really have something that I want to talk about and I feel like people should hear. So I got the bug one night, turned on the microphone, hit record, and knocked out a song. It was called Whiskey. All right, my boy Trey produced it. Trackworks, Justin Weiss mastered it, and we just released it today, a week ago. Over 4 days, it got over 1,000 streams. Now that may not sound like a lot to those of you who maybe do music and listen and know about music, but I'll tell you why it's a lot for me. The last time I was on tour was 2016, okay? That was 6 years ago, okay? I've been on tour in 6 years. We had no budget for the music. We didn't shoot a video. We didn't promote it. I literally recorded the song, had it mixed and mastered, I did the artwork, and we just dropped it straight to digital, Spotify, Apple, through our distribution. That was it. And to have over 1,000 plays over 4 days without any promo, any label, any commercial, any video, anything is amazing. So, hey, for what it's worth, I thank you guys, because if you are somebody who streamed it and listened to it and shared it with somebody, it means a lot to me. I appreciate it. Music is always going to be my first love. It's what hits me in the soul. It's one of the things I use to release. So I appreciate all you guys for listening and sharing that for me. Okay. But aside from that, I had a lot of people ask me if that means an album's coming or whatnot. There is no album coming. I am at a different stage in my life now. Most of you can see I'm fully focused on my children, and although there will be more music coming, it's not going to be my focal point. It's not going to be something that I'm trying to do for a living and going on tour or anything like that. It's more of something that I'm going to continue to put out because I love it, and hopefully you guys continue to support it and appreciate the work. All right. Outside of that, man, my niece, who I love to death, my only niece, she just turned 20 a couple days ago. I want to give a shout out to Alyssa. I love you so much. You have grown so fast, and I gotta say, man, everything that we have been through as a family, for you to be where you're at and to have a good head on your shoulders and pursuing your dreams, that says a lot about you and your character and the drive you have in you, and I love you so much for that. And I want to tell you, I know you've already told you this plenty of times, but I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the young woman you've become. I still remember when I moved to Colorado, and I had no idea that you would be next to me laying down when I woke up. You were still a baby, not even 1 year old yet. But I remember being asleep on the mattress, and I heard a baby crying. Thought I was dreaming. Lifted my head, looked to my right, and there was a baby smack dab in my face, looking at me, making little goo goo gaga sounds. And that was you, and that's how we met. And that's how I was introduced to my niece. And I'll never forget that. You know, life is something else, man. You know, I always wish that I could do more for my family. And I know, you know, I trust in God's timing. I know that God is going to provide when it is time. That I have to continue to move forward and continue to pursue the things that I'm pursuing, and that's what I'm doing. But I always wish that I could grab all my close family members, you know, my mom, my sister, my niece, my nephew, and, you know, my kids, and I wish I could just grab them and pick them up and take them and move them away to where they don't have to worry about anything. And I think if you're listening to this, you probably feel the same way about your immediate family, you know? Who doesn't, you know? And I think, you know, if one of the things that I'm working on breaks one day and I'm able to provide like that, I'm gonna give it a good shot. You know what I mean? With that being said, Alyssa, I love you, and like I said, I'm just so proud of you. What else has been going on, man? My kids have been playing baseball, has been kicking our butts. What I mean by kicking our butts is our schedule. I have not had a chance to go to church on Sunday for, it feels like a couple of months now, because my kids, and I'll let you see, they're out here at baseball practice. If you're watching on YouTube, they're out here at baseball practice, and I just got done exercising, and now I'm recording a podcast while they're practicing. But travel ball has been owning us. I haven't been able to get to church with my kids in probably 2 months on Sundays because we have tournaments every weekend. But you know, we stay grounded, and you know, I make sure to tell my pastor, you know, hey, I miss you guys too, and we will be there as soon as the season ends up. But yeah, they're doing great, man. You know, it's been a blessing to watch my kids grow in baseball. Jaden has become an absolute monster when it comes to catching. Jordan is an absolute beast with the bat. he's hitting for power now, which is crazy. He's always been a good hitter, you know, always found a way to get on base, whether it be a single, double, triple. But now he's hitting for power. The last few weeks, I would say probably the last 6 weeks, he has been hitting the ball over kids' heads in the outfield, which is something that I haven't seen from him. But it just tells me he's seeing the ball better now. His bat speed is getting better. And honestly, man, I think us working outside of baseball practice is helping too. They hit a bucket of baseballs every day, and there's probably about 50 to 60 balls in there. They hit a bucket each every day, boom, into the net at home. And then on their days off, we go to the gym. We work on their strength. Now, Jaden's a little younger, so I don't have Jaden doing any crazy lifting because he's still young. He's not old enough to really be lifting. So I just have him in there going through the motions. He does little weights, tiny ones. And Jordan is the one where I have him pushing himself to go harder. So he's lifting a little bit more weight and getting stronger. But I think going to the gym is helping these guys, and it's just a blessing to watch, man, to watch them grow. Let's see. Outside of that, man, shoot, my furniture restoration has been it's been great. A lot of you guys, I appreciate all you guys that have been following me. I've done quite a few pieces, and I'm finally starting to see my artistic background coming out in these pieces that I've been doing. And a lot of you have been messaging me, telling me that you appreciate the artwork. And it's crazy because I never looked at furniture as artwork until I started doing this, until I started taking old furniture people didn't want anymore, that was damaged, taking it and then breaking it down and repainting it, refinishing it, and doing all that. It's now become an art to me. And the fact that you guys are noticing that and taking notice and sharing it and complimenting it, I appreciate you guys so much, man. It's been a blessing to watch. Now, I will say this. I'm learning how to price the things that I'm doing, okay? I always shoot high. You know, there has this thing, when we used to go and book our tours, we used to call our high number our LOL number, which means laughing out loud, right? So we would always shoot for our LOL number, okay? A number that we probably didn't think we were gonna get, but every now and then we got it. And we'd be like, damn, we actually got it this time. But we shot for our LOL number, so it would come down to the number that we felt like we really deserved. So with the furniture, I kind of do the same thing. I shoot for my LOL number, and then as I start noticing I'm not getting any hits, I start to lower it, every couple of days, and then I get down to the number where I know that's at least where I deserve, and I get it. So that's what I've been doing. I'd be lying if I didn't say that a couple of weeks ago it was so slow to where I was a little frustrated. It was one of those 2-week spans where I got so many compliments about everything I was doing, but nobody was buying. You know, when someone tells you, oh man, you're so good at this, you're great at this, you're this and this and this and that, and you're like, thank you, thank you, thank you. You want to buy it? You want to buy it? You want to come see it? Got some money? I'll work a deal with, like, that's what was going on for about 2 weeks. And then something hit me. I said, you know what? You have to keep reinventing yourself. I've talked about this on the podcast before. I've done this on 90 Seconds of Inspiration, where I have talked about reinventing yourself until something clicks and something works. And that's what happened with me with the furniture. I said, okay, I need to be able to focus on the pieces that are going to take time to where I can really put my artistic background to work, okay? But in the meantime, I need to have stuff that is flipping and selling. And so I went to my storage, and I went to where I have all the different pieces that I had lined up, and I realized, you know what? You have a bunch of pieces here that are actually still in pretty good shape. You fixed all the drawers, the handles are all there. There are no major cracks, breaks. Why don't you just wipe them down and try something new? And so I said, you know what? $100 dressers. $100 dressers, that's what I'm gonna do. So I said, that's gonna be my thing. I am gonna be the guy that they come to when they need a dresser. Whether you are someone who likes to refinish stuff yourself, or whether you're somebody who has a home, maybe doesn't have a whole lot of money, and you just need $100 dresser. You don't want to spend a whole lot of money. You want something that's clean, that's something the drawers work, something that's sturdy, and it's not going to give you any problems, and you've got $100. So I started something with Molina's Trade Shop called the $100 dresser. And when I tell you that it took off, it has taken off. I have flipped more $100 dressers over the last 2 weeks than I can count. And it is a blessing, guys. It is a blessing, because all I've been doing is just getting furniture that I've had, or picking up furniture for cheap, and flipping them and fixing them and cleaning them, but it's not taking me any time, minimal time. And then I'm throwing them up and I'm flipping them for $100, and they are moving like hotcakes. The main thing with these things is people just want to make sure that they are working, that the drawers are perfect, that nothing's broken, that they can take it, put it in their house, and use it. And that's what I've done. And more people have been referred to me over the last 2 weeks for doing this than I have since I've been doing this now for 6 or 7 months. And now it is finally clicking. So I had to reinvent myself. And so what this has been doing is, it's got another, it's one of the things where I have an income stream coming in now regularly. And now I could take my time and work on the pieces that I actually want to take some time, sand down, refinish, repair, and really make look beautiful. So I can focus on those and still have an income coming in. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what's been going on with the furniture stuff, man. Other than that, some of you guys some of you guys keep messaging me for an update about the drunk driver who hit me. So there's nothing else to say, man. What I can tell you is that episode that I said where help isn't coming, that's basically the bottom line, man. Help never came. The fact, I was told by a lawyer that the fact that I know how to defend myself probably worked against me this time. And what he meant by that was the fact that I didn't get seriously hurt, that I defended myself and got out of the situation. Me going to court and filing an assault case against this guy would be hard, because the cops never came. They weren't able to. They never showed up 2 hours, and they never, for 2 hours, they never showed up to do a police report on this guy being drunk and rear-ending me. They never showed up to do a report on him assaulting me, even though I handled him and pieced him up pretty good. The attorney said, it's honestly, you're going to spend more time in court, and if you make any money, it's going to be pennies compared to the time you're going to spend there. So it is what it is, man. I had to chalk that one up, give it to God, and say, hey, listen, God's going to take care of that guy. How? I don't know. But God always has a way of bringing things back full circle. You know what I mean? So that's the update. His insurance cut me a check for some damage on my car, which wasn't anything crazy, because I have a truck and my truck is a beast. And so I was fine. He cut me a check, and I'm obviously fine. I'm in the gym every day, and okay. So that's what happened. That's what came of of the drunk driver situation. All right. So message to everybody: if you know how to defend yourself, it's a blessing and a curse at the same time. So call it what you want. Let's see. Outside of that, man, what else has been going on with me? Gosh, what is? Something cool, man. I delivered a piece, one of my pieces that I did. When I say piece, guys, I'm talking about furniture. But I delivered a piece, my first piece, to San Francisco last weekend. And I got to tell you, man, I took my son with me, Jordan, and it was pretty awesome. I'm just starting to see so many different types of people buy my things, and I love to see what pieces I do attract certain type of person. So me going to San Francisco, and there's never parking in San Francisco, but me going to San Francisco, having to park by this high rise, and they had to kind of beat me into a gate and put it there. It was just cool. My son Jordan thought it was awesome, taking something that was basically a piece of garbage and turning it into a beautiful piece of art. and then taking it to San Francisco and selling it and making a lot of money on it. He just thought it was the coolest thing. The other thing was, he made some good money going with me and helping me. And that's probably one of the dopest things about this furniture stuff that I'm doing, the restoration, is because I'm able to pay my kids. I'm able to show them how to work with their hands, and they're able to learn the value of hard work. And I don't even look at it as hard work, man, because I enjoy it. That's another thing I always talk about is it's not work if you love what you're doing, and I love what I'm doing. You know what I mean? But I just think it's great that I'm able to pay my kids for that. And, I tip people too. The people that help me, I give back. You know what I mean? So that was pretty cool. And that was last week. Also that same weekend, we went to, it's been a while, but we went to a San Jose State football game. They played UNLV. Man, UNLV was apparently 4-1 or something like that. And they were supposed to be good. And I'm telling you, man, the Spartans tore their ass up. It was a good game, man. And took my boys, took my little buddy Ricky, who I've coached since he was young. That's my kids' friends, and we went out there and enjoyed the game. Got to run into some people. I ran into a buddy of mine that I used to play ball with when I was in the Police Athletic League. I played tackle football. My boy Gabriel Pinion. Shout out to you. Man, I ain't seen that dude in years. I don't know if he even remembered me, but we were laughing and we remember playing Berryessa. But it's kind of one of those things, man. You don't see someone for 30 plus years. It's not surprising if you don't remember them. You know what I mean? Anyways, aside from that, man, we enjoyed that. I've been just trying to keep my boys engaged, doing productive things. They're doing good in school. Math is, gosh, man. I always tripped out when my mom or my grandparents couldn't help me with my math, because math is so hard, it's so different. I know what they meant, because my kids' math is a different breed now. I don't even know where to begin with their math. And now I understand what my mom and my grandparents were saying when the math was different, because their math is so different now that I've had to tell my kids, hey, we gotta, if you're struggling with certain things, we gotta get you some help, get you a tutor. And the one thing I always tell my kids is getting a tutor doesn't mean you're stupid. Getting a tutor means you give a damn about your grades and you don't want to fall on the wayside, that you care about your grades and you want to continue to succeed. So yeah, math is hard, man. That's the class that both of my kids in their 6th and 8th grade now struggle with. Now they're both doing fine. They got B's in the class, but it is a struggle. The homework is tough. So that's what we're struggling with right now, and we're gonna power through. We always do. Aside from that, what else is going on? Holiday season's coming up, man, and I'm trying. Listen, dads, all right, let's get on the same page. If you're like me, you hate shopping, right? I don't do Black Friday, okay? So I'm gonna give you a tip, because I'm trying to tell myself right now, do your shopping now. Get it over with now, so you are not doing it in November and December. Now, I'm saying that, and I'm praying that I stick to it, okay? So if you listen to this and I'm on social media or whatever, every now and then poke at me and say, hey, how's your shopping going? Remind me, because I'm trying to avoid that holiday rush, and then also like, damn it, I gotta wait till I sell this piece to make that money so I can go grab that thing for my kid. And like, do it now. So I'm telling myself, do it now so you can get what they want and you're done. You don't have to stress out. All right, remember, we're in October. Halloween's coming up, and then you got Thanksgiving, and then you got Christmas. All right, so it's gonna fly by. But I don't know, man. I'm gonna keep this to 30 minutes. I want to tell you guys I love you and appreciate you guys so much for all the support. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. If you are follow me on Instagram, thank you so much. If you're not following me on TikTok, go to TikTok. If you get any value from everything that I'm dropping, whether it be on the podcast, my social media, whatever, please share my profiles. Please share my website, RayMolina.com. Please share my Instagram, my TikTok, this podcast, my YouTube channel. Please share it. The only way it can grow is by you guys. I am not spending any money. I'm not asking you for any money. I'm not spending money trying to run ads and whatnot. I'm trying to grow this thing by word of mouth, and that's where you come in. I love you guys. God bless. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, night, wherever you're at. And remember, like I always say, my life isn't perfect. Oftentimes it's a mess, but for me, it is the perfect mess. God bless you. Peace.